The Great Pyramid of Giza, the sole remaining wonder of the ancient world, has always been something greater than mere heap of limestone blocks piled high upon the desert dunes. It is a wonder that resists simple explanation, a puzzle etched out of limestone which has plagued historians and archaeologists and travelers for millennia. Even now, as we look through its cracked corridors and are awed by its gigantic size, ongoing discoveries still make our knowledge of how it was constructed, why it was constructed, and even if the tale of its construction is what we've always thought it was, rattle. According to the ancient legend, Pharaoh Khufu, who ruled Egypt's 4th dynasty some 4,500 years ago, commissioned this grand tomb for his safe travel into eternity. According to legend, tens of thousands of laborers worked over decades to raise its towering shape. But as the centuries go by and new science explores its innermost recesses, we are discovering that the tale might be much more intricate, full of mysteries the ancients went to great lengths to close up within. If this kind of story touches your heart, if you're someone who cares about truth, responsibility, and speaking up for the voiceless, please like this video, subscribe to our channel Spark Science, and share it with someone who should hear it. Let's get started. Picture yourself standing before it in ancient times. We view a worn-down mountain of rock, its tiered sides rugged and fractured, now. But when finished, the Great Pyramid was an eye-dazzling spectacle. Its core was encased in brilliant white Tura limestone, polished so finely that it reflected sunlight like a colossal mirror. From miles away, travelers crossing the desert would have seen it gleam against the horizon, a perfect wedge of light that seemed otherworldly. Each seam, entrance, and secret room was covered over by that casing, so the structure from the outside appeared to be one unbroken, flawless form with no apparent entrance. During the centuries that have passed, much of that smooth outer hide was removed, revealing the rough surface we see today. To conceive the pyramid's secrets, however, we have to envision it as seen by the ancients, seamless, dazzling white, and seemingly impenetrable. The real entrance was concealed way up on the north side, around 56 feet above ground level and slightly off-center, cleverly camouflaged within the limestone cladding. Ancient writings indicated that a movable block of stone covered it, but by the medieval period, that information had been forgotten for centuries. For hundreds of years, the pyramid stood sealed and tight, challenging adventurers to uncover its mysteries. The initial dramatic break-in occurred during the 9th century CE when the Abbasid Caliph al-Ma'mun and his soldiers hacked away at the stones looking for treasure. Equipped with sledgehammers, they burrowed into the north face and, through pure luck or design, fell upon the original passage. They discovered no treasure but dark hallways and chambers that created even more questions. The crude tunnel that they excavated still stands today, and tourists still walk through it before entering the ancient interior. The initial passage, which goes by the name of the descending corridor, is unexpectedly narrow, less than 4 feet high and little more than 3.5 feet wide. It slopes downward at an angle of approximately 26 degrees, making anyone who ventures into it bend down as they enter into the earth. Beyond over 300 feet, the tunnel opens up into the underground chamber, a stony, uncompleted room cut out from bedrock roughly 90 feet beneath the base of the pyramid. Its ragged walls and blind alleys suggest a construction site left half-finished, although others interpret it as symbolic space for the underworld. No one has ever discovered a body here, and its function is still a mystery. From the lower world, a vertical shaft known as the well shaft rises upwards, connecting the underground passages to the higher levels. Its rugged look is evidence it was roughly hacked out, maybe used as an exit or service tunnel. Whatever its original intention was, planned or unplanned, it serves to link the lowest level of the pyramid to its center above. Halfway down the descending corridor, adventurers are faced with a transformation, a concealed upward corridor that had previously been plugged with granite blocks. Sharpening through these blocks opens the way to the rising corridor, and thereafter, the real magic of the pyramid is revealed. At the terminus of this ascending way stands the Grand Gallery, one of the most remarkable achievements of prehistoric engineering. Stretching almost 154 feet long and climbing almost 29 feet high, the gallery is a deep stone hall with continuous ledges running along each side. They are filled with highly accurate rectangular slots, as if made to house wooden beams or machinery. Some experts think that this area was employed to move huge granite blocks into position, a sort of ancient building workshop incorporated directly into the pyramid itself. The gallery walls step inward in 7 stages, creating a narrowing effect that stabilizes the building as well as inspires wonder. Its roof slabs were constructed at a steeper incline than the floor so that their weight pushed into the walls instead of bearing down perpendicularly, a graceful solution to the gravity problem. Off the Grand Gallery, a side corridor gives access to the so-called Queen's Chamber, a diminutive room lined with smooth limestone and topped by a pointed ceiling. It is hollow but enigmatic, particularly due to the 2 narrow shafts that shoot diagonally from its walls. These shafts do not lead to the outside but terminate abruptly, one blocked by a small stone door fitted with copper. In the 1990s and early 2000s, robots were lowered up these shafts, exposing red marks and concealed obstacles, promising hints that the ancients left intentional symbols we still have not grasped. Continuing upward, the Grand Gallery terminates in the Great Step, an elevated platform that leads to the King's Chamber. This chamber, constructed from whole blocks of pink granite hauled from quarries 300 miles distant, is the culmination of ancient engineering. Its measurements are exact, it seems perfect, its geometry positively intentional. Against one wall lies a sarcophagus of granite, about a foot longer than the passages leading to it, i.e., it must have been installed before the chamber was sealed. Over this chamber is still another wonder, 5 relieving chambers one on top of the other, which are used to spread the massive weight of the pyramid away from the level granite slabs of the roof of the King's Chamber. Without them, the chamber would have been crushed under millions of tons of stone. These rooms were never intended to be viewed, and yet they are a testament to the skill of the builders. And still, there are mysteries. In 2017, researchers employing muon radiography, a method that follows cosmic particles moving through stone, released news of the discovery of an enormous secret cavity above the Grand Gallery. Called the Big Void, this area is almost 100 feet long and entirely unknown to past generations. Its function remains controversial. Was it a secret construction tunnel, a weight-reducing room, or more symbolic in purpose? In 2023, another group discovered a secret corridor behind the north face, just above the entrance, verified with radar, ultrasound, and even a small camera. These findings establish that even after centuries of excavation, the Great Pyramid remains keeping secrets within its walls. But to know the pyramid, we have to go outside its walls to the world that supported it. For generations, it was thought that the pyramids were constructed by hordes of slaves, a construction made famous by Hollywood. But digs near Giza have recounted a different tale. In the 1990s, archaeologists discovered the pyramid builders' tombs. Far from mass graves, these were dignified burials, with gifts of bread and beer left beside the dead to enjoy in the afterlife. The laborers had medical treatment, their bones revealing healed wounds, and their diet was high in meat, bread, and beer. This was not the existence of slaves but that of skilled workers who were proud of their profession. Outside, ruins of their Height el-Durab settlement show us a thriving workers' town with barracks, bakeries, and administrative centers. Thousands of workers, archaeologists estimate, lived here in shifts, eating almost 2 tons of meat a day. This must have been a masterclass in organization, and it indicates that the pyramid scheme was just as much an achievement of administration and logistics as of engineering. The surrounding area of the pyramid also contained riches for the king's trip to eternity. During 1954, 2 boat pits were found south of the pyramid by archaeologists. One held over 1,000 pieces of a disassembled wooden ship that were later laboriously reconstructed into a stunning 142-foot-long vessel composed of Lebanese cedar. This so-called solar boat could have been intended to transport Khufu on his journey across the sky with sun god Ra. Another pit, yet to be excavated, has more to reveal about the symbolic function of boats in royal funerary ceremonies. East of the pyramid, the ruins of Khufu's mortuary temple expose a courtyard with granite pillars and ornamented walls, a holy place where priests made daily offerings to feed the king's spirit. Adjacent tombs, including that of the king's mother, Queen Hetepheres, held lovely treasures, beds, chairs, and cosmetic chests, that give an unusual glimpse of luxury in the king's court, although her sarcophagus was empty. Together, these finds remind us that Giza was never merely a building yard. It was an alive city, a ritual center, a place of work and belief. Ships came up the Nile, delivering wood, stone, and equipment. Bakers and brewers toiled to supply the labor force. Priests conducted sacred rituals, and families venerated their dead. The pyramid towered at the center of it all, a symbol of timelessness in an era of change, its shining sides reflecting sun by day and moon by night. And thus, the Great Pyramid is a wonder of engineering and an enigma of meaning. Was it solely a tomb, or also a monument that inscribed knowledge, astronomy, and symbolism? Were the concealed emptinesses deliberate sanctuaries, or pragmatic responses to structural problems? Each fresh find reminds us that the ancients were not rough-and-ready builders but master engineers and visionaries. As contemporary technology continues to probe into its depths, we might yet discover yet more secrets concealed therein. But most enigmatic may be not whether we will ever come to fully comprehend the pyramid, but why we remain so entranced by it after almost 5,000 years. The Great Pyramid of Giza is more than an ancient relic, it's a reflection of human aspiration, creativity, and the enduring quest for meaning. It forces us to peer beyond, to challenge what we believe we know, and to recall that certain marvels are constructed not only of stone, but of mystery itself.